Let's go. One duck down, three making rounds. We make them give in with a feed call. If they not committed, then we gotta switch it, change it up and hit them with hell calls. We calling inaudible, turn on the audio. Fresh in this water, my swagger is nautical. Got kin ammunition, you know I ain't missing. Let's go find the ducks that we gone on a mission. My boys out the bayou, they sliding in P-rolls. Not looking for malice, they looking for woodrows. They flying so fast, though you can't even see those. They come if they want it, you don't need a mojo. My homie missed, I couldn't pass up the shot. He asked me what happened, I said you got. He looking amazed, somewhat in the days. He said, Jim Caesar, you a hell of a shot. Slang and steel, slang and steel.
Gem Caesar with a 2021. The change.
Be call. If they not committed, then we gotta switch it, change it.
We got dueling voices here. All right, now we're good, buddy. Let me tell you, that is some shit right there.
That trap. Fucking duck hunting music.
Just wonderful duck hunting music. I don't even know how to sing it. But yeah, so here we are. Season 2, episode 65. We are looking at... Oh, where the fuck did that stop? For some reason, we cannot stream to both Facebook and YouTube, and it's really irritating me at this point. So I'm like half tempted to stream on YouTube.
Just YouTube?
Yeah. But then I sort of like streaming on to fucking.
I like Facebook too.
I like Facebook because it's not, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working. But I mean, most importantly, here we are.
We are. We're here. We're alive.
We're back for another episode. I'm just gonna text the link to old fucking Korea right now. See if it'll work.
Oh yeah. How's he gonna be able to comment? He doesn't have a Facebook.
I don't know. Well, he can just watch and he can text me. I don't give a shit. Whatever.
Text the group friend.
You don't want to fucking get a Facebook and do all those things. Hey, it is what it is, yo.
So I had COVID.
So yeah, the COVID. So far, COVID survived. So have you tested negative?
No, but so here's what where my confusion lies. Is I've been told I could test positive for up to 60 days.
Okay. So do we have to wait 60 days to declare you beat COVID? Or are we calling it now? That's what I'm
calling it now.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, we beat COVID. Congratulations. Mainly Stupid Podcast has beaten COVID. Fuck everybody. Here we are.
So last week, remember when I had my coughing fit?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the worst it got.
And we joked.
Yeah.
I personally joked. Looks like the old fucking COVID.
Omicron.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The old army got you good, bitch.
Sure than shit.
So let's just say, congratulations for beating COVID. You're still with us. It's really important to the inner workings of this podcast.
Honestly, dude, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Like I have it, and
she's gone.
It's I had it, and it's over with.
I had it. I got it. I lost it. Fuck it. Here we go. Hey, congratulations. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. You made it. You got it. My favorite thing now, and this is going to sound bad, but there are a lot of people that are very strict on, believing in masks and masks work and everyone should wear a mask. There's a lot of them motherfuckers getting it right now. And not a one of them has been like, maybe this mask didn't work. No, I wore masks all the time. I was very careful and I still got it. Well, maybe just say, hey, this shit ain't working. Fuck stick.
Well, now they're saying you should wear a well-fitted N95 mask.
Oh, no shit. The ones that actually do something? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Those ones that are actually medically designed to prevent airborne particles from leaving your face?
Like one of these.
Yeah.
Looks like a coffee filter.
Look at that, huh? Might as well use a coffee filter for what half these
But
motherfuckers are using.
here's the thing that pisses me off the most.
At least it doesn't piss on you the most.
So they say you should wear a surgical mask or a well-fitted N95 mask.
Yeah. Those are two drastically different things.
Correct. Walked into a doctor's appointment this afternoon. What do?
Oh,
They hand me a surgical mask.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm not throwing this one away. And I said, yeah, we understand. Just put it on over it. So I put it on over it. It is what it is, but it's like, all right, so you want me to wear a well-fitted N95 mask, but when I walk into your hospital, you're going to hand me something that's
paper mache.
Not
half as good. Like maybe 1%. I'll give you. Dude, it's fucked. This whole thing is just fucked right now.
So technically, the CDC says 5 days if you don't have any symptoms. Quarantine, wear a mask when you're around others for an additional 5 days after that.
Sounds good.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, check that box. Got it.
So last Wednesday, I took a rapid test. And that immediately popped positive, like brightest pink you could get. I mean,
2 pink lines.
Next day, I call my primary care doctor to see if I should follow up with a PCR test because PCR is the gold standard, right? So they said, well, you can if you want, but if you tested positive on an antigen test or a rapid test, you're positive. I said, well, screw it. I don't have anything else to do. I'll drive to the testing site. So went and got tested.
You willingly, in fact, you could try to expose yourself to more people. Nice job.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Then 2 days later, I get my results through email, through the hospital portal or whatever, saying I'm positive. 2 days after that, so that was Saturday, I got my results. And Monday morning, 8:00, I get a call from the hospital. You're positive. Yesterday evening, I got a text from the Center for Disease Control saying somebody at this number has been recorded positive for COVID-19. Please isolate. I'm like,
so we're right on top of it.
I was like, they got to get some shit squared away if they're gonna be doing this stuff. I mean, I understand, like, obviously there's a time lag, but if there's that much of it, like, my quarantine was technically over Monday.
Yeah, your
Monday or Tuesday.
Your quarantine was over by the time they actually got a hold of you.
Yeah, so
that's pretty good.
It's just wild. Nobody else in my house tested positive. Nobody at my work tested positive.
Hey, good for you. You kept shit to yourself.
I guess the only thing I could say why I got it and nobody else did was maybe
licking doorknob.
Or my immune system just from everything has been knocked down a peg. But now I've got super antibodies. So
you're the kryptonite to the old fucking Delta and Omicron now.
Right.
So, I mean, now what?
I think I'm going to go read to COVID patients.
This is the story of how you forgot it takes all of us. Chapter
21 months ago.
It was 50 weeks. It was fucking 3 days. Then it was 14. And here we are, the dark winter of 2022. And you're all here.
What have you done to flatten the curve? I'll tell you what, though, like, I will say this about the people that work at the hospital, like through the testing process and stuff.
No, fuck that. Those fucking people are fucking tortured. This shit has got to. I don't know how the fuck any of them do it anymore.
I mean, I like when I got my test. First of all, it was like fucking frigid. She comes outside. She's all bundled up. Obviously, got PPE on and shit. And she does the test. But she like made small talk with me and stuff like that. And super friendly, like upbeat. And I said, "Thanks for doing this. Obviously, I know you guys are short-staffed and this sucks."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yeah, it does. And it's like it sucks worse than the problem itself." And that's basically all she said. Well, and I was like, "Have a great day."
I mean, there's always obviously going to be people that are not handling getting sick well. There's people that don't handle the flu well. Like, it is what it is. But like, at this point, we should have the answer. So I'm going to kind of pivot from where I'm going right now and do a little bone I have to pick with society. Joe Rogan, right? Monoclonal antibodies, right? So people are yelling at him for saying that that's what helped him. And like, then Aaron Rodgers, then Dana White. Like, there's a lot of people that have said, "Hey, yeah, I went and got monoclonal antibodies and came out of it pretty fucking good." Now, my question, because there's a lot of people saying like, "Well, that's not the answer, and that's bullshit." And it's like, well, okay, but if that's bullshit, then there should be a lot of people lined up at fucking death's door that said, "I just took monoclonal antibodies because Joe Rogan told me to, and I died." Where are those people? Oh, they're not dying from it. Oh, that's weird. Huh.
One thing they offered me because of they offered me those antibodies if I wanted them. Like, I could go into the hospital and they could give them to me if I wanted to because of my weakened immune system from all the antibiotics and just like the surgeries and stuff.
Yeah.
But I said, I honestly, right now, I don't think I'll need them. Let somebody else have them. And so they're giving them. Like, I just don't see people's argument with it. Like, why? Who cares? He used it. It worked. Obviously, it's working with other people because they gave it to my dad when he had COVID at the nursing home. It's why fight it?
Why not accept the fact that there are other treatments that are available? That's kind of my point. And then the point of like, oh, well, the majority of doctors aren't saying that. Well, let's just go back like a little bit in history. If you really want to like say like all doctors are correct all the time, take the warnings off of fucking cigarettes and chew and alcohol. Fuck it. Make cocaine legal again because that was prescribed. There's a lot of shit we prescribed for fucking people in the past and kind of present because like, just
methadone.
Maybe Google meth. Maybe Google like Pfizer and the biggest settlements ever that they've had to pay out because of the fucking damages that they've done to people. And then just, sit back and on your ivory tower and say that these drug companies are definitely looking out for the best in humanity. I mean, I'm not saying that they're doing it willingly, harmfully.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to sit here and say that everything they say is gospel and I can't not challenge that. Like, that's the whole point of science and learning and education, and people challenge you and you can either be on the right and be correct or say, we're not sure because we don't have all that data yet. Like, how does this affect a kid in 10 years? Well, we don't know, but it's going to be safe for your kid. I mean, okay. And if it's not, what happens? Oh, well, they have, complete blanketed forbearance for anything that happens. Okay. So we're just complaining about police having fucking unlimited, line of duty issues and being, exempt from their issues. But it's okay for the drug company that's legitimately trying to make money off of you versus the police that's actually trying to save you. Huh.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's not get into everyone's ethics here. We can't do that. We're just going to do it with the ones we feel like we should.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I find it so crazy. Like a year ago, 2 years ago, Joe Rogan was speaking gospel when he was talking about aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And now when he's talking about like shit that he like, yeah, he took stuff to fight COVID when he had it that very well could have killed him. But
it didn't.
It didn't. And he did it because think of how many people learned.
And his doctors, it's fine. Like, that's the thing is
it's
not like he's on the black market. It's not like he's on the black market, like trying to go on fucking petmeds.com and fucking order shit and then be like, well, check this cocktail I fucking whipped up on the fucking, I used the anarchist cookbook for this fucking thing. It's like, no, like legitimately he is using a physician that is prescribing him everything that he used. So is anyone coming for that guy's head? No. Oh, because he didn't do anything wrong. Oh, that's weird. And his patient lived. All things you said wouldn't happen. So they did. So who's full of shit, you or him? I'm going to go with you, motherfucker. Like, and he's very open in saying like, hey, I ain't about to tell you I'm a doctor. I'm just telling you, this is what I used. This was my regimen and it worked. Turns out Aaron Rodgers did the same thing. Turns out Dana White did the same thing. Turns out a lot of people have done the same thing and kind of been all right. So maybe
I just took it fucking
Maine style. Fucking roll up the sleeves. Fucking let's go. Let's go for a little fucking scrap in the dooryard.
I did it with 1 dose of Moderna and 2 doses of Moderna.
And I just
somebody's already asked me, you gonna get the booster shot? Yep, I probably am. Because I know if I get it, that's gonna make my mom feel a lot more comfortable. And I'll do it. I don't plan on living to 100.
No. I mean, no. And like, that's the thing is I'm not worried about what's in the shot, but I'm also like, if you are legitimately concerned about what you're putting in your body, fine. Like if you're an athlete,
I am not.
And fucking clearly, I've got fucking 2 different whiskeys sitting in front of me. Like
I've got a fucking lip of Kodiak in.
Yeah. Like I'm not like, I ain't too picky. I'll eat fucking food off the floor. It's all right. Like I'll bite a fish head off. Fuck it. Whatever. It's like, I don't know if necessarily that's the bar that we should be going for, but at the same time, if someone says they don't want to do it, I don't really give a fuck.
I literally, like, if somebody doesn't want to get any vaccine, I don't care if it's shingles, pneumonia, COVID, the flu vaccine, whatever. If they don't want to get it, don't get it. It's not my problem.
No,
it really isn't. And it just
the thing that
now there's just so much prejudice towards people who don't.
My favorite thing now is how many fucking people are passing around the thing of like the top 3 killers in the United States, which is heart disease, like liver failure, and like just basically like obesity.
Yeah.
And they're like, so if we're really concerned with people dying, like maybe we say, hey, you're going to eat vegetables. Fucking Snickers, illegal.
Yeah.
Soda, illegal. You are only allowed to consume healthy food. Do you want that fucking Tammy? No. Oh, you want your fucking Pib from fucking 7-Eleven at fucking 67 ounces? Oh. But because you got a shot, you're healthy. Like, okay, bitch. That's not how these things work.
Yeah.
Like, not pillar of health, well aware, but also aware of said consequences, and probably should get on my ass and do something about it. But at the end of the day, what's going to make you healthier and make you live longer? A shot or like actually taking care of your body?
Yeah.
Probably taking care of your body. Now, not to say that you could be a fucking ultra marathoner and drop dead at fucking 55. Could happen. I'm a big believer, though, in you're going to go when you're going to go and just live your life and don't fuck with other people. Because I think if you fuck with other people, your life gets shortened. It's just someone's way of saying, you're an asshole. See ya.
All right, let's get off of COVID.
We got a new business venture in the household.
What's that?
Kicked off with a vengeance. There's no name for it, so it's even better. But cleaning services. The wife has finally decided and come to see how beneficial this could be for income of cleaning people's houses that I don't know what the fuck they do to earn the money they do, but good for them. She's got 3 properties right now already lined up. One is a summer Airbnb rental. The rental is $950 a day. I was like, are you fucking shitting me? She's like, nope. Like, huh. And then another one is like a older woman who apparently had a brain injury. I don't fucking understand it, but and then she's cleaning the same people that have the rentals because they live here for the school year and then they move away. Good for them. They spend the summer not here. I'm like, that's the only reason to live here is for the summer, but okay, sure. I can't.
I mean, there's places that are better in the summer, probably.
Yeah, but if you had the luxury of being able to leave someplace for the summer, I wouldn't leave here for summer. Like, if you're going to sit here in February and be here in February, that's a little weird. That's why we stay here in July, is because you put up through the punishment, and that earns you the right to bitch about how hot it is in July.
This is true.
Because of how cold it was in February. So you get to bitch about both.
You know, one thing like that's funny about you and I is like we're both on the same page with the fact of, yeah, it's February, but we're not going to bitch about it because come July, it's going to be 100 degrees in the shade and 90% humidity and it's going to be miserable.
Yeah.
But we could also, like, on one of those days where it's 100 degrees out, we'll go out fishing.
Oh, absolutely.
And stand in the baking sun for 8 hours.
Yeah, I'll turn into
not give a fuck.
Nope.
About it.
Sort of like I went out ice fishing on, was it Sunday morning? Sunday morning. Yeah.
Yeah, you looked a little frosty.
It was -7. I wasn't even cold in that picture. Like, that's the worst part. Well, not the worst part. Like, kind of funny part is, like, I should post that picture on. I didn't post it anywhere else, really. I just posted it in my stories. But, like, that frost was just from my breath from dragging a sled across the pond.
Yeah.
Freezing on my beard. Like, it wasn't like I was sitting there chattering cold. Like, I was actually fine. but that's just how cold the air was.
Yeah.
Not my brightest moment. No flags, no nothing. Bullshit.
Were you by yourself?
No, I went out with Cody. I'm going to try and do at least another day or two this weekend too, I think.
Yeah.
But let the old fucking Jiffy 30 rip. No problem starting in that weather.
I bet.
She loved it. Loved it. Like there's a lot of guys talking about like, oh, you know, whether you buy electric or buy gas or propane or whatever. I was like, you know, I could go buy either or like buy the K drills. Now I could go buy a K drill right now. I could go buy an electric auger right now. I don't want to.
There's just something about waking up everybody on the lake.
Oh fuck! Did it echo on that fucking thing? There wasn't a breath of wind either. It was just fucking. And it punches a 10-inch hole. Like I was looking at a couple of the K drills where they're like, yeah, it's a 6-inch hole. It's fine. And I'm like, I drilled it. Because we'd been fishing with Evan's Strike Master and I hadn't been using, you know, anything like we've just been using that, whatever. And Master. And I hadn't been using, you know, anything like we've just been using that, whatever. And Master. And I hadn't been using, damn it, you know, anything like we've just been using that, whatever. And Master. And I hadn't been using, damn it, you know, anything like we've just been using that, whatever. And Master. And I hadn't been using, damn it. We are having some technical anything like we've just been using that, whatever. And Master. And I had, okay. Holy fuck. That's going to be great on the recording of this podcast.
Did it just go on a loop?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Anyways, so I hadn't been using mine at all. And then, you know, like 8-inch, like it's not that big of a difference, like going 8 to 10. But
yeah,
you drill that fucking 10-inch hole and you look down, you're like, holy fuck, I got a lot of room in this thing.
Right.
And then I don't know. I like it a little bit better because you got more room around the trap. And especially with the freezing cold and stuff, like you got room around the cross pieces and everything to break it up easier instead of like
you could see it.
But yeah, it was good. What else we got? Yeah, so cleaning business. So if anyone's got rental properties or just wants someone to fucking come clean their house Monday through Friday sometime during the day, during school hours, kind of toned it back and just said, look, if you're going to start this thing, like your hours are what your hours, you make them. So if you accept times outside of what your ideal is, that's on you. Like you're in charge of this. And like, if it gets to the point where nobody wants cleaning done during the week and they want it all done on the weekends, okay, we can stop and revisit that and maybe we don't do it. But I would prefer during the week. So we have the weekends to do whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
A little extra scratch.
Yeah. So she's got school to do. She's got one up in Algonquin to do. She's got 3 houses in Kittery she's doing. So let's just say summertime is worth it if she just keeps the one she's gonna do for the Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
Well, they're charging $950 a day for an Airbnb. They can afford a little ching for cleaning the place.
Yeah, I'll give you numbers later. It's fucking stupid. But you know, it brings up like how do you charge people for stuff and like the internal struggle of like making sure that like you're getting what you're worth, but also like you'd like to do a good job for them type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's interesting, like trying to price your services to somebody.
Yeah. Exactly. Like trying to decide what your time is worth.
Right. And like I said to her, I was like, no offense, but it's basically completely unskilled labor. Like,
yeah,
not saying that in like a derogatory term. It's just like you're not going to college or you're not going to an apprenticeship to learn to clean. Like an electrician, a plumber, even some carpentry. Like,
yeah, it's
now granted,
exactly.
there is an art form to it, and some people are definitely way better at it than others.
Yeah.
What do you charge somebody, and then like, do you get sucked into the story of like what their life is, or you just go, fuck you, these are my
This
areas,
is my price,
this is your square footage, this is what I'm going to charge per square foot.
Yeah.
Off we go. So yeah, so she's doing that and legitimately made one post on, and I just used Nextdoor because I'm like, I don't know, Facebook is Facebook, but it's mostly like friends and younger people.
Yeah.
And I know like if she posted in like the York community dialogue part, she'd probably get a fuckload more people. But like Nextdoor, which is like, hey, we're in this area.
Yeah.
Mostly older people and more professional people that are on Nextdoor rather than like old fucking degen at 7-Eleven. But
yeah.
Yeah, one post, 4 jobs. Yep, sounds good.
Right.
Let word of mouth take over the rest, and here we go. So
yeah, it's kind of one of those things where she can be as busy with it as she wants to be.
Well, and that was the thing I said to her. I'm like, she's like, well, what if the people want different times? I was like, tell them no. Like, you're your boss. So however busy your schedule is, it's because of what you did to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you can always say no. Like, I'm not sitting here telling you have to go get a job because we need it. Like, I'm not saying I need the money, but I'm also not saying I don't want the money. It's like, if you can bring in extra money for really not that much of a startup cost, like, sure, if you want to buy stuff later on that's going to make your job easier and make you more efficient, go for it. But like, pay for it. Like, save up and like do what you got to do. But also, like, if you can make an extra fucking $1,000 a month right now, I fucking take that every day. You can fucking keep all of it. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, go for it, girl.
Yep. So pivoting from that to things that make me zero money, I've spent.
You've had too much time to think.
Yeah. I've done more reading on like fly fishing in Maine the past 5 days or week than I ever have. Specifically the Kennebec River.
Yeah.
Just, and holy shit, is there like, well, there's a lot of information, but there's not a lot of information.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's one of my biggest complaints with the state of Maine and the outdoors. Like, you and I have talked, and I think we've actually talked on the podcast about it before, but like the difference between a fly shop in Maine versus a fly shop out west.
Yeah.
Like, you go in, and I love Eldridge Brothers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to besmirch anything, but you go in there and you ask them, like, hey, gonna go up and fish this body of water. What do you suggest? Kind of anything. Dries, maybe a fucking streamer, maybe a couple nymphs for the entire river. Or not even get that. Maybe like, hey, what do you know? Like, fly out to Colorado. Go to a ginormous fly shop down there. And they go, What river are you going to?
Yeah.
Going to this river. Okay. Where do you think you're going to fish? Well, probably between here and here. Okay. Here's 10 patterns.
Yeah.
These have done really well in these 6 pools. Go.
And that's kind of like the information that I've been finding online from like second and third party sources, from people that have fished it and then wrote a blog about it.
Yeah.
And they're not even from Maine. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing. And like, if you talk to like guys in Maine, they'll be like, oh, well, I can't tell you where I've been, what I've used. And, you know, or they'll fucking post something like 2 or 3 years later. And they're like, oh, well, I'm going to get spot burned and blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, the fucking east branch of the Kennebec is how many fucking miles long? You're only going to go fish in fucking one section because, and if you post about it, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, come on.
And I guarantee you, like, if or when we go up there this summer and we're fishing, there's going to be other people. And I bet you fucking $20 will get dirty looks from somebody as to say, where the fuck are these guys from?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't give a fuck. I will tie on a dry and catch fish in front of you all fucking day. And then if you give me a look like that, you ask me what I'm using, I'm going to put it on the tip of my middle finger and just go, I'm using this right here. Right here. This is what I'm using. Fuck you. Now, if you had been nice and been like, hey, how are you doing? Like, you want a beer, whatever, like, shoot the shit. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah.
Kids? Great. Sounds good. Catch fish? What are you using? I'm using this. Here, have a couple. But no, you want to come off and be a douchebag? Yeah, go fuck yourself. Don't catch a fish, you prick.
I've just never like gotten that. And I understand some of it. Like there's certain things you don't do as far as like in the outdoor community, as far as spot burning and stuff like that. But if the person's already there, why not like be as informational as possible about it?
Right. The person got to where you are. Why not help that person? Especially, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like other people can be dickheads. I have no problem being a dickhead back. But like if someone's like genuinely like, hey, how are you? Like, have you ever fished here? Like, I've never been up here. Like, dude, I will talk either, yeah, I've been here or whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't have a problem. Like, I kind of understand a little bit like the online stuff of being like, oh, I caught this fucking 35-inch fucking brook trout in this hole on this fly. Like, I probably wouldn't post about it.
Yeah.
But also, like, if I'm talking about a general size of a river and being like, this is the time of year, this is what I fished, I've had good luck on this. Like, you have no idea if I'm parking on the side of the road, walking to a bridge and fishing there, or if I'm hiking 12 miles in. So like, I don't know. There's ways you can write it and not be like dickheadish about it. But
yeah, exactly. It's
I mean, it's the same way with guys in ice fishing, and I mean, it's any fishing in general. Like, I don't know. I think it's one of those things where guys like to say, like, oh, I didn't get my numbers from anybody. And it's like, yeah, okay. Well, you looked out there and you saw where I was, and then you followed me the next day, or you went out there the next day because you could pretty much figure out where I was. Like,
yeah,
guys do it all the time, striper fishing. Like, I don't know. I don't really give a fuck, but also like, don't try and be coy to the fact of like, you saw me catching fish and you came next to me.
Yeah. Like, I just like with all the research, like it would be so cool to be able to, and I know there's resources out there that do this for hotter fly fishing spots. Like you could go out west and you're on trout routes or whatever like that, and you can get a lot more information. But a lot of those websites aren't widely used here.
No, not at all.
But like have it like imagine having a map of the Kennebec River with like the pools listed. This is the gauge pool. This is the dam pool. This is the trestle pool, whatever. And then you don't have to put flies, or let people do their research from there. But just having a map, you could put a boat in here. This is a takeout spot, all that different stuff versus just like scouring Google Earth and then the other side of it is the best way to find it is driving up there.
Right. And going.
But I'm just trying to go in with as much information as possible.
The biggest resource in the state of Maine, if you're looking to do anything outdoors, is a fucking gazetteer.
Yeah.
Bar none. They're unbelievably awesome.
I agree.
And I wonder how the gazetteer company keeps their shit from Google.
I don't know.
Like, why is the Google's not as good as the gazetteer?
I don't know.
I wonder if I haven't even looked if there's a gazetteer app. I would pay out the ass for that thing.
Right.
Just to be able to have like update, like, dude, I've got one gazetteer that's from like, I think 2006. And it's like, this thing is so fucking inaccurate right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah, that's about how old mine is.
Yeah. And like, I think I have 3 gazetteers and they're all different vintages and they're all very different if you are looking at certain areas.
Yeah.
And they update them really well too. And I'm like, well, I do, and I would still buy a new gazetteer, but I'm not buying a new gazetteer every year.
Yeah, right.
But if I could download an app, if I know I'm going somewhere and be able to download a map and at least be able to like search it and still use it, like I'd pay fucking $40 a year for that fucking thing.
So I was talking to Mike Churchill around the time when he had his moose hunt about like guided trips and stuff like that. Because when you get selected for the moose permit, obviously it's public knowledge because it's on a website or whatever. And the state of Maine also gives your email out to outfitters.
Oh, that's nice of them.
So Mike got, shitloads of emails from outfitters. And the state also offers information about that and shit like that. On the lower end of the spectrum, there is outfitters that this is the cheap plan where you pay us $500, we give you a brand new gazetteer, and in that gazetteer they've marked spots where they saw moose throughout the year. It's not a bad business plan.
I mean, really not. That's sort of the way North Carolina used to do their fucking speeding tickets, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Around the old Raleigh, Durham.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a criminal speeding ticket and you get home and 3 days later you have 73 fucking letters in the mail from different law offices ready to represent you. Like, if this is not a money-making racket, you motherfucker.
Right.
And so I actually ended up talking to a lawyer while I was down there that was how he had his law practice.
Really?
That's the only thing he did was traffic. Speeding tickets. And he goes, yeah. He goes, why wouldn't I? He goes, legitimately, like, I'm not going to say it's the same case every time, but like, if you're not a shitty human being, like, if you have a relatively clean driving record, it's well known that you pay the court fee, which is, I think it was like $150. So the court gets $150, and then we get like $500 and then you're done. And it's just thrown out. Like, it's just, they make their money on the court fee plus the ticket fee. So it's like the state gets fucking whatever, like $300, and the lawyers get fucking $400, and everybody's happy. Like, you motherfuckers.
That's crazy.
What else we got?
Back to the fishing thing real quick.
Yes.
With all that fishing talk being said, like it's all I've thought about being quarantined is fishing.
Yeah.
Like,
did you
fly fishing.
Flies at all?
I did. I messed around with some like just making my own nymphs. Just messing around.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
no particular patterns or anything. My nephew bought me a bunch of like random fly fishing stuff for Christmas.
Yeah.
Or fly tying stuff for Christmas. So I just kind of been messing around with that stuff. That's one of them. This one none of them are really good, but.
Oh yeah.
But I guess it's just something to pass the time. This is one of the.
So speaking of passing times, our guest on the podcast last week,
yes,
is currently sitting in quarantine in South Korea.
Yeah.
They take COVID a little different over there.
Probably pretty serious, right?
So flies in, COVID test before you fly, COVID test after you land, shuttle from airport to COVID hotel to quarantine for 10 days. Tested, I forget how many times. I don't think it's daily. It might be daily tests. And all your meals are delivered. You are not allowed to leave your room. If you are caught leaving your room, you will be deported and possibly banned from returning to Korea. Don't know how long. And no tobacco products and no alcohol allowed in said hotel. And all your meals are delivered. So
he's basically in prison.
1,000% Korean prison, but it's in the form of like a economy hotel. They have police officers that roam the hallways to make sure nobody leaves.
Evan's not getting into Squid Games, is he?
I don't think he's planning on it. But
I don't see him as a person that is going to take that very well.
You know, there's only so much YouTube that one person can watch.
They at least have Wi-Fi, I'm assuming.
They do. They've got Wi-Fi, pretty decent, good enough to be able to stream a little Jay Holland fucking ice fishing, which his last two videos are phenomenal. He's supposed to be dropping another one today.
It's premiering right now.
Oh, is it?
As soon as I get done with this.
So I've just taken over my TV at home and I just cast my YouTube onto my TV. Actually, I have the YouTube app on my TV. So I just sit there and watch Joe Holland in my living room. All right, guys, Joe Holland here. What's up? I friggin' love it.
He's so awesome.
But really cool video. A wicked cliffhanger on the last episode, though. I'm not sure I've been tonight.
I don't know. Did you see his Instagram post today, though?
Yeah. I actually commented on it. That thing, yeah.
That thing was a hog.
That's an old man fish right there.
That fish has been sitting on its front porch talking about
friggin' new kids in their fucking white fins and their fucking pit viper glasses.
Yeah, exactly. He's been bullshitting with another old trout.
Yeah, or togue.
Yeah.
I did like in one of the episodes, he's like, all right, so here's some things to get straight about Maine. If someone says they're from Maine and they're going trout fishing, they're going for brook trout. All other trout don't fucking mean shit. He's like, the only trout that matters in Maine is brook trout. Like, yeah, we got rainbows. Yeah, we got browns. Yeah, we have lake trout, but those are called togue.
Or Lakers, or one of my last, like the video where he debuted his new sled.
Yeah.
And at the end, when he shows the two guys from Reboot Outdoors.
Yeah.
And Joe's like, Abe's got his first nickel he's ever had.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's polished about him. When he reaches in his pocket and he pulls it out, he's like, actually, it's a dime.
It's so true.
Yeah.
But that shack that those guys are staying in is like, old fucking Ivan there is like, yeah, I want to build one. I'm like, fuck yeah. What are we gonna do with that? Like,
exactly. He leaves when it's time to use it.
Yeah. Just one more thing that I'm gonna be responsible for, I guess.
Exactly. Ivan will be like, all right, sweet. Putting the shack on the lake.
See you later.
Garrett, make sure that's off before ice out.
Yeah, make sure that doesn't stink. Fuck you. It's got your name on it. Ain't my problem.
And those dudes he's fishing with right now, they're a fucking riot.
Dude, how does every Northern Maine guy have that same fucking laugh?
Oh my God. Like every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, that just brings back so many memories of people I know.
To me, that's just like, yeah, you walked into the Carthage fucking general store and someone having lunch and having a conversation. That's that laugh right there.
Yeah.
That's only a laugh you get pretty much north of Bangor, I think.
Yeah. And then just like when they say stuff, it's hilarious. Like the Lewiston lobsters.
Oh, gotta love a Louis lobster.
Yeah, that's what that Brandon guy is like. Oh, cooking up some Louis lobsters.
Yeah,
hilarious.
So if I end up running this boat this summer, I think I'm gonna have like a Lewiston lobster special.
Oh yeah,
yeah, like a 3 for $5 Lewiston lobster. Just have it like written somewhere on the boat, and when someone's like, "Oh, what is that?" Pull out a fucking Yeti and just open it up and go.
Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna buy it or not?
You want them cooked?
Yeah, you want them cooked? I'll throw them right here in the hot water tank. I don't give a shit. They'll be fucking ready.
Or you can have them cold.
Yeah, they snap better when they're cold.
Yeah.
Just pull them out. What's a Lewiston lobster? Oh, there you go, fucking red hot dog.
Speaking of that, like Lewiston lobsters, Evan Churchill's brother-in-law, working at the old mill up in Farmington, Maine, every morning before work, he'd go to the meat market and he'd buy 2 pounds of red hot dogs.
Just pocket
every day.
Pocket dogs every day.
And he would eat 2 pounds.
I feel like 2 pounds of hot dogs a day is probably maybe not quite the old nutrition that your body might be looking for.
I don't think it is either. I mean, he's still alive. It's probably what's kept him alive so long.
I mean, preservatives do work. They don't.
There isn't a doctor that'll tell you that.
Well, you can get monoclonal antibodies too, but here we are.
Imagine going to a doctor's office and be like, all right, I'm going to prescribe you 1 pound of Jordan's red hot dogs.
Yeah.
For Take two every 4 hours.
For the next 33 years, you're going to eat fucking Lewiston lobsters, 7 a day. I asked my kids the other day, you want red hot dogs or regular hot dogs? We don't want red hot dogs. What the fuck's wrong with you? What ails you? You'll learn to love them.
I think growing up, I always thought they were weird, but then I finally had one. I'm like, tastes like a regular hot dog.
I mean, I kind of am proud for them to be a little cautious over something that is legitimately neon red that you're supposed to eat.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we're being completely honest, unless I'm grilling hot dogs or like making hot dogs myself, there's only one spot to get hot dogs. That's it. I won't buy hot dogs out except for one place.
I know.
Flo's is the only place that I'll eat dogs out.
You won't go to Gillies?
No, never had a hot dog from Gillies.
Really?
Nope. The only thing
they're different than Flo's dogs, but I think you'd like them.
I might. This is not going to happen though. I'm not paying someone else for a fucking hot dog. Like, I don't know. I get weird.
Well,
like,
Gillies is more of an experience anyways.
Yeah, there's only 2 things you go to Gillies for. It's a fucking double cheeseburger with fucking ketchup and mayo and bacon and chili cheese fries at about fucking 1:30 in the morning on a Saturday, freezing your dick off, waiting in line for fucking 3 hours.
And to watch fights.
I have watched quite a few good little tussles.
Yeah.
Around that group of picnic tables.
I watched one there with a guy working there came out.
We were together.
Yeah, with a 9-iron.
Yeah. I watched him throw one guy off the front, like through the door of the car over the stairs and met the ground.
Yeah, he wasn't fucking around.
Looked like it hurt a lot. I don't think he really had a lot to worry about. I'm pretty sure he probably did a couple tours in the old prison.
Yeah. He works at SIG now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that place.
So I put something in the phone notes.
Oh, I got a lot. I put a couple things in the phone notes, actually. Forgot all about them.
And and I'm just asking this basically for purely information's sake. And I'm not saying it in direction towards any particular.
I feel like this is a shot at me right now.
No, it's not.
I haven't even seen it because it's not in our phone notes.
Yeah, it is. It's down at the bottom.
The only thing I see at the bottom is the joke I wrote. I don't see you.
Well, anyways, I wrote liking text messages.
Yeah. Do it all the time.
You do that?
Yeah. Depends on who it is. And then, like, if it's in a group text, I'll normally do it instead of just replying back because, like, I get fairly annoyed in group texts quite often. Although, hand up, if I'm bored and not doing anything, I will blow a group text message up. Like, if someone else is there to feed the fire, I will fucking let a group text eat. But like, if I'm doing something, like we're recording right now and there's a group text with my parents and my wife right now that I think is 14 messages deep since we started, I'm ready to fucking throw my phone out the window.
I wish you could silence them.
You can.
Oh.
You can silence message groups, or you can silence, like, sometimes my phone will pop up and, like, after it realizes I haven't answered the first 9 fucking text messages, they're like, would you like to turn on, like, would you like to silence this conversation for right now? Like, absolutely. Do you know?
But I don't like liking text messages.
What about, so I don't mind it. I do like the reply feature. Have you ever used that?
No.
Oh, so okay. So like if you go to like here, I'll text you an example of it right now. So like if I go back up to like here and I can hit, you hold it down like where you go to like hit the reply, and now you're going to get a fucking text message, and it's going to show you the message that I replied to in what I sent you. So like you can go, like you can pick, like, so, you know, if maybe your wife is someone like my wife, where maybe incomplete thoughts come out and not necessarily the entire brain dump has happened before they hit send on the first of 6 messages coming to you, but you want to respond to something, but you don't want it to be misconstrued as you're saying like, haha. And the last thing she wrote was, you know, Jimmy died. And you just write back, haha. But you were answering like her first thing that was like, yeah, I spilled my coffee this morning. And you're like, that's pretty funny. And then by the time you wrote that back, she'd already told you like somebody's dead. And you're like, oh, I just laughed at a dead person. No. You can use the reply and reply to the exact message that you were referring to. That is also very handy in group text messages when there's more than like 4 people and it's fucking chaos.
Yeah. I don't like group text messages with more than 2 other people in them.
Oh, I think I've got 4 on my phone right now with at least 4 plus people.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
But what I don't like even more than that is people that can't keep what group text message we're in straight. So like there's a group text message that's me and my wife, my parents, and my 2 cousins. Then there's one that's me, my wife, my parents, my 2 cousins, and my cousin's wife, wife. Then there's another one that adds on my cousin's mother and stepfather, I guess, and other cousin's girlfriend. So now we've got like 4 group text messages with 4 different groups, but the main like 6 people stay the same. It gets very confusing. And then people fucking start responding in other messages with where it started in something else. It's a fucking shit show.
I'll bet you George does that.
You think? George is the king, the absolute king of he and I will be texting, and then he'll get bored and go into TikTok, and then he'll send me a message in TikTok. Then he'll go to fucking Instagram and send me an Instagram message. Then he'll go to fucking Snapchat and send me a fucking Snapchat. I'm like, would you just fucking stick to one fucking platform here? For fuck's sakes. I can't.
He messaged me the other day on Facebook.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Probably were texting with him too. I was like,
I don't think I had been at that point.
I now have, do I carry the same conversation platform to platform? Like
right?
What's the protocol you're looking for here? Because I was just texting. You got bored and ended up in fucking Instagram or TikTok and then sent me messages in there. Like, do I just respond to you over there with no context of my response? Because
I'll always go back to the text message. Like if somebody messages me, like if a conversation gets moved to another platform, somebody will message me in Facebook and I'll text them. Like I have your phone number.
Yeah. I'm in that range. Like we're setting up next weekend's the wife's birthday.
Yeah.
We're setting up like a little thing, like dinner, drinks, whatever. And one of the other people in the group that I'm setting this up with, for some reason, her and I only talk on Instagram. No fucking idea why. But she just DMs me on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, like legitimately, like we're in like 6 different group texts together. And we each have each other's phone numbers. So just text me. Like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck until like I'm getting messages from the same person in multiple locations. Then I'm like, all right, let's
scale it back.
Let's stick to one. Because like if I'm texting you and I find a funny TikTok, I'm just gonna text it back to you because we're all still in the same text message. But
makes sense.
Oh, hey, what do Paul Walker and Betty White have in common?
I saw that in there, and I have a feeling that this is going to be bad. But what?
At least Paul Walker hit 100. Yeah. God, I've been sitting on that one for a few days. I wanted to text it, dear. All right, what is your feeling? So the Patriots obviously got their absolute cocks knocked in this weekend.
Holy! I shut the game off.
It was fucking
in like
terrible.
The fourth quarter.
I watched the whole thing. I just stayed up. I'm gonna take it. Like, been along the ride the entire game, the entire season. Now, fucking game 18. We're gonna be there. It was not pretty.
No, it was not.
Josh Allen bent Bill Belichick and his defense over and just fucking railroaded him into a fucking 2x4.
No punting.
0 punts.
No field goals. Just absolute. Just killed them. How do you think they do against Kansas City?
I actually really hope they beat Kansas City because one thing I hate more than I don't even hate Buffalo.
I don't really hate Buffalo either.
Like, I appreciate their fans. They're diehards. They give a fuck. They want to fucking put each other through tables, which is just wildly entertaining. Now, if it was like the Jets versus Kansas City, which I don't think the Jets will ever play in the playoffs ever again, just ever. Like, I think the Jets and the Jaguars and the Browns, like, they should all just be moved to everyone's front of the schedule. Like, these are preseason games. Fuck it. You're not going to get to the end of the season. The Giants, too. Who else? Who else really sucks right now? Those teams, basically. Panthers, too. But, like, the Jets, the Giants, the Browns, and the Jaguars, just move them all to the front of the season. Like, legitimate, like, okay, we're going to have preseason games. These are the 4 teams you're going to go scrimmage and have a fucking little wild card weekend of fucking letting the Jets get their dicks kicked in for fucking 10 games. Just be like, yeah, there's your season. Go ahead. Take the rest of the year off. We'll pay you. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with the Bills at all, actually. I kind of like their attitude and like, I think Josh Allen, I don't know. I mean, Kansas City's always kind of scary, but also like not so much anymore. It's kind of like the Lamar effect in Baltimore. Like, he was the thing and he's going to be the fucking wave of the future. Oh, turns out people figured out how to contain a mobile quarterback and fucking crush him. And now he's hurt. Oh, and now he can't play. And now Baltimore just went fucking 8.
Oh, and we spent all our money on his contract and we don't have anything left to pay the offensive line.
Yeah. Did you see someone posted an article? I forget, it was on Twitter somewhere. The amount of unrestricted free agents on the Dallas Cowboys.
No.
Dude, it's like 30 something players are unrestricted free agents.
Really?
So I'm like, oh, the Cowboys that made the playoffs for the first time. And I think they were in it last year. No, they weren't in it last year.
Oh.
2 years ago, they made the playoffs, but lost in the first round. And it's like, okay. And you've got like 30 something fucking players that are unrestricted free agents. Like, okay, you will suck for the next 10 years. Cool. Sounds good. Like, and I feel like that's where Kansas City is right now. Like, Kansas City, this is their last, I would say this is Kansas City's last chance to do anything. because I think all their contracts are going to come up to be a problem now. I mean, it's exactly what New England went through, right? Like, granted, this year was supposed to be like the answer, but it's like, I mean, how
with all being like with Saturday being set aside, I think we had a pretty good season.
Yeah, I think
for a rookie quarterback,
right? For a rookie quarterback, like you definitely had the growing pains. I think Mac Jones is a fantastic replacement for Tom Brady.
Yeah,
a definite upgrade from Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
we were spoiled for 20 years with Tom Brady.
Correct. And not only Tom Brady, but like how that team was built. Like,
yeah,
the first 3 years of Tom Brady was a very successful 3 years. And then once they were so successful, like it was easier to get people to come in and take those contracts. Now, I don't know, but I would really like to see Kansas City go down to Buffalo. I'd love to see Buffalo win.
Yeah.
Now, Buffalo versus the winner of the Titans and who the fuck else is playing? Who are the Titans playing? The Niners?
I think so. No, Niners are NFC, aren't they?
Oh, the Rams.
Tennessee wouldn't be playing the Rams.
No,
Rams are NFC.
Rams NFC.
Yeah, it must be the Niners.
It's got to be the Niners then. Because it's the Niners. Because Green Bay. No, the Niners are playing Green Bay. I'm fucking retarded.
Okay, yeah.
The Rams are playing Brady and the Buccaneers. All right, let's try and figure this out. Okay. We're not going to look this up. We're going to figure this out on our own.
I'm going to look it up.
Who the fuck? I'm fucking lost right now. I legitimately watched like every playoff game too. I'm fucking embarrassed about this right now.
So
Chiefs and Bills, Green Bay and 49ers, Buccaneers and Rams, and Tennessee and who's Tennessee playing?
Cincinnati.
Oh, that's right. The Bengals. The Bungles. So
I wouldn't mind seeing old Smokey Joe go a little bit further.
I want the Titans to win. I like Mike Vrabel. I like Derrick Henry.
Yeah. I think for AFC, that's who I'd be rooting for. But if it comes down to Vrabel versus Brady in the Super Bowl, then I'm rooting for Brady.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think it will. I don't know. So what's your Super Bowl prediction right now?
Let me look at the. I'd say, legitimately, I think it'll be the Buccaneers and Green Bay in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think it'll be Tennessee, Buffalo in the AFC Championship.
Okay.
With Tennessee winning to go against either Green Bay or the Buccaneers. See, for me, that's like if Tennessee's in, I'm happy. And if either Tom Brady or Green Bay are in the Super Bowl, I'd be happy too because I like Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know.
But and then the other side of it is if it was Tennessee versus Green Bay, I'm going to root for Tennessee, even though I like Rodgers.
I think that like a Tennessee Green Bay or a Buffalo Green Bay Super Bowl is like my ideal Super Bowl.
Really?
Because I don't give a fuck. I love both teams. Not love, but like, dude, like actually Green Bay and Buffalo would be my favorite Super Bowl, I think. Like just two teams that you know are fucking great football programs.
Like two of the originals.
But also like you both got quarterbacks that'll sling it.
Yeah, and they're hardened teams.
And
where is the Super Bowl this year?
LA.
Really?
Yeah, they're keeping it there, even though because there was rumor that it was either going to go down to the Texans or down to Jerry World or it was going to move to Texas possibly.
Why? Because of coronavirus restrictions?
Yeah. So they weren't sure if they're going to keep it in LA, but I guess LA is fucking pulled their head out of their asses and they're like, yeah, no, we actually really want the Super Bowl because that brings a shit ton of money to us. Yeah, no shit. Huh? That's weird.
I don't know. I'd like to see Tom Brady versus Rabel. I think that's my prediction with Tom Brady winning.
I think if I was going to pick a Super Bowl for Brady to win, I'd rather see him beat the Bills just as like a fuck you. Like I still own you. Like,
yeah. Belichick couldn't do it, but I still can.
Yeah. Like one of the other of us is going to kick the shit out of you. So fuck you. But if Brady, I don't know. The problem, like the legitimate problem that I see coming is the Niners are a run first team. The Green Bay
Garoppolo's hurt.
The Green Bay Packers can never stop the run. That's why they've missed the playoffs the last 2 years. Like, or not the playoffs, but like that's why they have not won the Super Bowl. They literally gave up so many yards on the ground and done nothing to correct their run defense. And it's like, okay, like Aaron Rodgers can only play half the game. The other half the game, your defense has to play.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're not giving up pass plays. Okay, cool. Well, they just ran it down your throat and ate up more clock, kept the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hand, therefore kind of playing you twice. Like, whoops.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my ideal Super Bowl would be Buccaneers, Bills. My practical Super Bowl, just because of the healthiness of teams, is Bills, Packers. I don't know if Tennessee beat Cincinnati, honestly.
Really?
But I don't think Cincinnati can beat the Bills.
I don't think Cincinnati can beat.
I think the Bills are the strongest team in the AFC.
I agree with that.
From a standpoint of complete game. Like, yeah, Tennessee, great. They just got back Derrick Henry. Cool. Sounds good. We've also seen Derrick Henry put up like 40 yards in a fucking playoff game. So don't just think that him coming back magically makes this better, because I hate to say it, but Ryan Tannehill ain't the fucking answer at quarterback. He can get it done with a once in a lifetime running back. Yeah. A lot of people could. Like, can you imagine playoff Lenny I think he's going to be back. Is Fournette playing? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't heard.
But it's like, yeah, you give Brady someone like a Leonard Fournette or a Derek. Can you imagine fucking looking at a backfield and you have fucking Tom Brady and Derrick Henry back there. Oh, someone's calling me from Waldeboro. You want to answer?
Yeah.
Hello? Hey, what's up?
Well, good. And you?
Oh, doing fantastic.
Well, my name is Basti, and I'm calling with them. I'm calling from American Viewpoint, an independent market research firm. And today we are just doing a short survey to gather opinion on issues facing the state of Maine, and would like to ask you just a few questions.
Are you in the state of Maine?
No, actually, I'm located in Florida, but the survey is actually conducting the whole country. So there's many agents all over the country.
So why are you calling me though from Florida for Maine?
No, we are doing a survey in all over the country, but I'm living in the state of Florida. But I'm working with Dynata, which is an American Viewpoint agency that conducting a survey to collecting opinion on issues facing the state of Maine, just like they do for New York, they do for other states. Like we have agents all over the country doing this.
Oh, cool. What are my issues in the state of Maine?
You say, sir?
What do we got for questions here? Like, I'm ready to go.
About issues facing the state of Maine, like social issues as well as political issues.
Oh, let's go with the social ones first.
Okay.
Can I take social issues for 300, Alex?
Am I speaking with Garrett?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Hutchins, this call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Perfect. Mine's recorded too.
Are you at a place right now where you can safely take this short survey?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm sitting down drinking a whiskey. Let's go.
Oh, that's great. Well, are you or is anyone in your household a reporter or active in any political campaign?
No, we don't believe in politics here.
Okay. Well, and at the election times, things sometimes come up that keep a person from voting. How likely is it that you will vote in the November election for offices such as governor, Congress, and other state and local offices?
Lepage 2022, I'm voting. Let's go, baby.
Okay, may I consider that you absolutely certain that you will vote?
Oh, hell
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hurricane couldn't stop me.
Okay, now on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 means that you are not at all enthusiastic, and 10 means that you are extremely enthusiastic. How enthusiastic are you about voting in the November election for governor, Congress, and other state and local offices? 1 to 10.
I mean, if we could vote 11, I'd be there, but we'll go with 10 then.
10. That's very enthusiastic. Extremely. All right.
So I can't wait. And, I wish November was now.
Okay. It will happen. It's just about time. Yeah. If the November election for the state legislature will held today, will you be voting for a Democrat candidate or the Republican candidate?
I'm not sure who the candidates are, so I can't definitely answer that question.
Okay. So may I consider that as a don't know?
Probably, yeah.
Well, let me check right quick. We have definitely Republican, probably Republican, lean Republican, lean Democratic, and probably Democratic, and definitely Democratic. None of those?
No, none of those.
Okay, like, don't know. All right. And do you feel that things in Maine are generally going in the right direction, or do you feel we have got it on track?
I think we left the tracks, to be honest with you.
So we are
off track. Yeah, way off. I mean, we're headed through the Maine.
We're off.
The
we're
Great
off the
Maine
rails.
War. Yeah. We're hitting trees at this point.
Does that mean it's strongly in the wrong track or not strongly in the wrong track?
Oh, we're strong. Well, I mean, we're hitting 40-inch pine trees in the wrong track right now.
Oh wow. Okay, understand that. So now I'm going to read you the names of some people who are active in politics today. and have you tell me if you are aware or not aware of each one. For those you know, I would like you to tell me if you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion on that person. Like the first name is Paul Lepage.
Nah, he's a great dude. He owns a bread company. Fantastic person. Good family values.
Okay. So does that mean that you're favorable?
Yeah, very,
right?
very, very favorable.
Very favorable for Paul. Okay. And the second is Republican in the state legislature.
As a whole?
Okay, sound like an organization, like Republican. You know, it might be a name, and it might be as well a group of people, like Republicans in the state legislature. Like for this group, are you favorable or unfavorable?
Neither. I don't know them all. That's a pretty broad brush to be painting with.
Okay. May I consider as not aware, or you don't know?
Yeah.
Since you don't have a favorable or unfavorable position.
That sounds good.
Which is don't know or not aware?
We'll just go with don't know.
All right. Okay. The third name is Janet Mills. Janet Mills.
Yeah, we're gonna go with highly unfavorable.
Hard no.
Very unfavorable. Very unfavorable.
Very unfavorable. Right? Yeah.
All right. And the fourth is Democratic in the state legislature.
We're gonna go with don't know in that one too.
Okay, that's a group, just like the first one. And the last name is Joe Biden.
Joe Byron? I'm sorry. No.
Yes, Joe Biden, our actual president.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
We're gonna go with unfavorable in that particular occasion.
You say unfavorable, right?
Yeah.
Like somewhat unfavorable or very unfavorable?
Mostly unfavorable.
Oh, can I check this?
Sure. You check where you want to check. I trust you.
One or very, you know, your opinion much better than mine in this case.
I highly doubt that with the amount of whiskey I've drank tonight, but I mean, I trust you.
Okay.
We're in the trust tree here.
And we actually at 60%, so we have only 42 done with it. Okay. And
holy shit!
Now we are at 65%.
All right, let's go. 35.
Okay. If the November election for governor were being held today, and the candidate were Janet Mills, Democrat, the group of Democrats, Janet Mills, Democrat, Paul Lepage, Republican, and Michael Gordon, Win Party, for whom will you vote?
Oh, we're going Lepage all the way.
Page all the way. Let's check this. Like, does that mean definitely Page?
Definitely, yeah.
Probably Page.
There will be 0 votes for Janet Mills. Yes.
Okay. Great. And do you approve or disapprove of the way Janet Mills is handling his job as governor? Yeah.
Disapprove.
Like strongly disapprove or somewhat disapprove?
Strongly.
Strongly disapprove. Right. Well, now I'm going to read you a list of issues and have you tell me how important the issue is for the governor and legislature to address. Like the first issue is protect the rights and liberties of minors.
Very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Right? Guarantee free and fair elections. Guarantee free and fair elections.
Very important.
Very important. Establish law and orders. In order.
Somewhat important.
Somewhat important. Build an economy for man's future.
Very important.
Ensure responsible and transparent state budgeting.
Very important.
quality and affordable healthcare for Maine.
Not that important at all.
Not that important at all. All right. Okay. Inflation and the cost of living.
Not that important.
Not that important. Okay. Empowering families to find the best education available. Empowering families to find the best education available.
Oh, sure. It's somewhat important.
Somewhat important. And the last one is an accountable welfare system.
Extremely important.
All right. All right.
They better be vaccinated.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to read. We actually are almost 80%. Okay.
All right. We're almost there.
Yes, we're almost there. Now I'm going to read you some statement regarding issues the governor and legislature could address and have you tell me whether each will make you more or less likely to vote for Republican candidate or state legislature will support each, or it won't make any difference. And the first statement is this one: ensuring free and fair election by requiring Maine residents to show photo identification in order to vote, provided free from the state.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like much more likely, a little more likely, a little less likely, much less likely, or no difference?
More likely.
Like a little more likely or much more?
Much more, sure. Sounds good.
Much more. All right. And the second statement is say, because not every student is meant for 4 years university and to best prepare students for good paying career, increasing a focus on technical trade and vocational education program in Maine high school. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Because not every student.
Mostly.
Yeah, okay.
Most, yeah. Sounds good.
Much more likely?
Yeah, much more. Yeah.
All right. And the third say, ensuring free and fair elections by prohibiting ballot drop boxes, mailing of unsolicited ballots, automatic voter registration in the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and heading campaigning at polling places. Ensuring free and fair elections by prohibiting ballot drop boxes,
Sure.
mailing of unsolicited ballot, automatic voter registration in the Bureau of Motor Vehicle, and ending campaigning at polling places.
We'll do it with like the less agree one, whatever that was.
Okay, a little less or much less?
Little less.
A little less, all right. And rather than penalizing success, reducing the state income tax to 5%, with the goal of completely eliminating it in 4 years, while replacing it with increased. Okay, let me read it again. Rather than penalizing success, reducing the state income tax to 5%, with the goal of completely eliminating it in 4 years, while replacing it with increased sales taxes and tourist taxes.
I love it. Yeah, more agree.
Much more likely.
Yeah.
All right. In order to protect free speech online, allowing Mainers to sue social media companies if their speech is censored.
Is what?
In order to protect free speech online, on the internet, online, allowing Mainers to sue social media companies if their speech is censored. Yeah.
I don't care about that, to be honest with you.
You don't know, no difference.
Yeah, no difference. Good call. Yeah.
No difference. All right. Okay, you say prohibiting sanctuary cities and mandatory any crimes committed by illegal immigrant are reported to state and the federal law enforcement.
Yeah, slightly agree.
Okay, like a little more likely.
Yeah,
Or much more.
little more.
A little more. All right. And reducing healthcare costs for everyone by incentivizing competition amongst medical providers while improving the quality of care by attracting more qualified healthcare workers through recognizing medical licenses from other jurisdictions.
A little more likely.
Okay. We almost finished with this chapter. And rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse of tax dollars by independently auditing every state department.
More likely. Yeah, sounds good.
Improving access to reliable cell phone and the internet service by dedicating broadband infrastructure, funding for underserved communities, and providing vouchers to consumers in underserved areas to make it more affordable.
Less likely.
Okay. Like, what's less likely, right?
A little less likely.
Little less likely. All right. To stop rapidly increasing crime and protect local communities, increasing funding for the state police and raising police salaries.
Raising state what?
Raising police salaries.
Yeah, sure. A little more. Yeah.
A little more.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And protecting men, families, and children by significantly increasing penalties for dangerous drug and human trafficking.
No, definitely way more likely.
Okay, much more likely. Okay, in order to give men and children the best chance to succeed, providing parents more choice in education by offering open enrollment outside of students' homes districts.
I don't really know. Less likely. How much time we got? Well, I got to wrap this up. We're in the middle of a podcast right now. You are making a big impact on our podcast right now. I can't wait for you to listen back to this Mainly Stoopid podcast. Going to be great for you. Great for your career. I hope your career takes off after this.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wish. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. The answer was, you said no difference.
No difference.
A little less likely.
No difference. Perfect.
No difference. All right. I'm gonna make it more quick. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Speed round.
Protecting religious freedom by prohibiting the closure of any places of worship by executive order during an emergency.
No, absolutely shouldn't do that.
Okay, much less likely or a little less?
Most less likely.
Okay. Protecting vulnerable seniors by increasing the funding of reimbursement rates at nursing homes and long-term care facilities to ensure there are enough qualified and safe staff to provide them care.
More important. Mostly, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
More likely, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Protecting manners tax dollars by restricting any growth in the government spending to be at or below the rate of inflation.
Yeah, definitely more important.
All right. Incentivizing those on welfare to use it as an hands up rather than an out by implementing a 60-month lifetime limit on receiving general welfare benefits.
Definitely most important.
Okay. Protecting both taxpayers and those who truly need the welfare system by cracking down on fraud and abuse of the system, including prohibiting cash withdrawals from EBT card and requiring SNAP SNAP card to include a photo of the recipient.
Less important.
Less important. Okay. Is that the no difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, prioritize education funding for the classroom, capping spending for administration costs at no more than 5% of the funding each district receives.
Less important. No difference.
All right. And combating the impact of inflation by handing over rich environmental agreements that have greatly increased manners, utility costs of ending taxpayers' funding subsidies for residential solar project of the wealthy.
No importance to me.
Okay. And ensuring the welfare system is strong for those who need it, while incentivizing personal independence by requiring able-bodied recipient to be either working or actively looking for work, as well as requiring drug testing for all recipients.
Yeah, agree with that.
Are you much more likely with that, or a little more?
Little more.
A little more. Okay, let's go. And ensuring all minors have access to affordable and stable housing by reforming property taxes by only allowing reassessment of properties at the time of sale, while incentivizing local government to lower property taxes.
No difference.
All right, let's go. We have only three or four to land this. Lifting all caps on charter school development to provide an alternative for students left behind by traditional district school.
Less but more. Yeah, less good.
Less likely.
Yeah.
Would you say it's you are aware with that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, which is much more likely or a little more likely?
Little more likely. That's the word we're looking for.
Okay, allowing minors to keep more of what they earn and to attract more good-paying jobs to the state, and reducing taxes on individual and businesses to be more in line with main regional neighbor.
Much more likely, yeah.
Right. Expanding access to childcare by reducing burdensome regulation by bringing the child to staff ratios in line with national and regional norms.
Are we above or below that right now? I can't answer that one right now without knowing if we're above or below those. So no answer.
Okay. Overturn Governor Mills' vaccine mandate for healthcare workers, allowing them to be tested weekly rather than being fired in order to ensure there are enough caregivers in the state.
More likely.
Much more.
Yeah.
I remember you talk about the vaccine earlier. Well, and increasing pay for many of Maine's teachers by instituting one statewide teacher contract.
No, less likely. Much less likely.
Much less likely. Okay, we almost finished. We have only three short statements. Helping those with addiction life a productive life by forgiving minor drug-related convictions after 1 year of sobriety and employment.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. In this case, are you most likely or a little more likely?
Little more.
Okay, we have two left. Increasing transparency to ensure parents know what is being taught to their children.
Much more likely.
Okay, and the last one, requiring public colleges and universities to affirm students' First Amendment right to free speech in order to protect against academia censorship.
Much more likely.
All right. Well, now knowing what you do, if the November election for the state legislature were out today, would you be voting for the Democratic candidate or the Republican candidate?
Well, who's who?
Based on those last statements we just
yeah, but which is the Republican, which is the Democratic candidate?
Let me check this. Okay, no, not mentioned. I think it's just a personal question, just like
I gotta know names. I gotta know people before I vote for them. I don't give a shit if they go left or right. You know, if they're good people, they're good people. You know.
Okay. No. Okay. It was okay about governor and legislature. Okay. Okay. It was on both sides. It was on the both sides, I guess. But it's now knowing what you do when the November election for the state legislature will held today. Will you be voting for the Democratic or the Republican candidate?
We're going independent.
Well, independent.
Sure.
Let me check this. Okay. Lean definitely Republican, probably Republican, lean Republican, lean Democratic, probably Democratic, definitely Democratic. Oh, you don't know.
You don't know. That sounds great. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay. Regardless of how you feel today in the 2020 election for president, did you vote for Joe Biden Democratic or Donald Trump Republican? Someone else or
someone else?
Not vote in that election? Okay, someone else. Okay, other persons. Okay, specify. Can you specify this?
I'd rather not.
Not, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That means that's it. In this little case, I have to say your opinion is the way you give this little case, I have to say. Now I have just a few questions for subsequent purposes only. Now we are finished. We are at 95. Okay. On political issues, do you consider yourself to be liberal, moderate, or conservative?
Moderate.
Moderate.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
Okay, what is your current marital status? Are you married, single, divorced, widowed?
Married.
Or married. Right. And do you have any children or grandchildren under the age of 18 years old living at home?
Under the age of 80?
Yes, 18.
Oh, 18. Oh, Jesus. Yes.
Okay. Children or grandchildren?
Both.
Both. Okay. Yes. All right. Well, do you or does any member of your household belong to a labor union or teacher association?
No.
Okay. All right. And what is the last grade of school you completed? Like semi-school, high school graduate, professional technical training, college, some college, right?
Yeah.
2 years or more?
More.
All right. And which of the following income group includes your total household income 2021 before taxes, like under 20,000, 20,000 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 74, 75 to 99,000, 100,000 to 124, 125 to 149, 150 and over.
The last one.
150 to over, correct. And well, sir, we have completed the survey, and thank you for your time. Your patients were really, really impressive, and I really appreciate your full participation as well. So thank you for your time.
I appreciate your time.
And
hey, if you get a chance, look up Mainly Stoopid podcast on iTunes and take a listen, because you're going to be in the next episode. We really appreciate your time and stepping in for this interview on this episode. We actually didn't have a guest lined up, and you chimed in at the perfect time. And we very much thank you for your time and your efforts in collecting all this information for our lovely government in the state of Maine while you're down in Florida. Hope it's nice and warm, because it's cold as fuck up here.
Okay, so what is the name again?
Mainly Stoopid. MAINELY STOOPID, just like it sounds.
Okay, I will check this.
You definitely should listen to this, because you're definitely going to be on it, and I look forward to it.
Okay, all right. So thank you.
We're also on YouTube at Mainly Stoopid. If you're looking for a little video interaction.
You got it on YouTube too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
Hey, we appreciate your time tonight very much, and you have a great night.
So do I, sir. And thank you. And as you do, have a good night too.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
Wow. That went a lot longer than I thought. I apologize. We're almost at 2 hours now for this episode. Jesus Christ. But, you know, we had to do our civic duties here. You know, we take nothing seriously around here. And we're really trying to lay a good census out there. And we got a little, you know, inside baseball scoop of the state of Maine, I guess.
Jeez.
A lot of questions. That's a lot.
He was a nosy son of a bitch.
I mean, what the fuck?
Thanks for hanging in if you've hung in this far, folks.
Jesus Christ, people. I mean, that was a heck of an interview we all just went through.
Oh, well, I'm going to go get my jammies on and watch Joe Holland.
I know it's live. We got to go. We got some Joe Holland to watch. He's up in the Allagash waterways, smashing fish.
Thanks for listening, folks.
Have we gotten a confirmation on when the fuck he can come on this podcast?
No, not yet.
We need something.
I know.
I did reach out. Heritage Traps will be interested in coming on after. Apparently they're busy right now. I don't know. I don't get it. You know, I mean, it's only.
I think we're gonna have to have ice fishing guests on
in fucking July.
In the summer.
I mean, maybe we just invite Joe down for a nice little striper trip. Joe.
Trouble is he owns like an ice cream shop, so he's a busy man.
I don't care. Fucking pay a high school kid to work for you. Jesus, Joe. Come down, catch some nice 7-striped fish that go the correct way, not the way that your 7-stripers go on the yellow perch.
Yeah, right.
You know, our stripes go fucking horizontal here. Sorry. You can catch all them perch you want.
All right, folks.
Appreciate you hanging in for this long if you made it to here, because goddamn, if anyone does, send me a DM. Jesus Christ. We'll send you stickers. We'll send you business cards. We'll send you something. I mean, I'm about to piss my pants right now. Old buddy down in Florida was really questioning the Maine style.
Ladder.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week. Peace.